Call of Duty is on the brink. Players are fed up, and Black Ops 7 might just be the franchise's last shot at redemption. Hey guys, it's your boy No Wonder, and today we're breaking down the must-fix mistakes Call of Duty has to address if it wants to survive. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion. And before we dive in, I don't usually make Call of Duty videos, but when I do, I don't hold back. Go watch my latest Call of Duty video on the franchise's decline and why Activision can afford any more screw-ups. I'm gonna link it in this video. Starting off with the hyper/cancel-centric movement, or whatever you want to call it. It's no surprise that over the past few years, Call of Duty has gotten sweatier than ever, and that's mostly because of how reliant the games become on fast movement. Remember when COD used to be about accuracy and map knowledge? Those were the days. Now, every lobby feels like it's like cancel fast, and it's turned casual matches into ultra-competitive war zones. If you played the Black Ops 7 beta, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The game was insanely fast-paced, and not in a good way. Since then, Treyarch put out a few statements on Twitter saying they're working on slowing down the slide and smoothing out the movement mechanics. But how true that is, we'll find out when the game drops next week. One thing's for sure, they can't afford to mess around, not with Battlefield breathing down their neck right now. Which brings me to my next point, and let me know if you guys agree with me down in the comments. Skill-based matchmaking, or SBMM. This has become a hot potato topic in recent years, but think back to the golden days of COD for a second. Say Black Ops 1. If you're new to the game, it didn't hand you easy lobbies or throw you to the wolves. It just mixed things up. Some matches you'd crush, others you'd get smoked, and that's how you learned. It felt real. Ever since SBMM kicked in full force with MW19 though, things have changed. The game feels engineered. Wins don't feel earned. Losses feel inevitable. And every match starts to feel like it's been manipulated behind the scenes. Nothing about it feels natural anymore. I've experienced some pretty bizarre stuff firsthand. Mid-match, like being nerfed mid-gunfight, just so a newbie could outgun me. Even when I was clearly outsmarting them and on a roll. Guns seem to have shifting damage as the match goes on. Something I've never seen before in all my years playing Call of Duty. Now Treyarch's been pretty active on Twitter lately, and one of their posts they mentioned that BO7 will have minimally considered SBMM. What does that even mean? Honestly, no clue. And if you remember the BO7 beta, when their player numbers started tanking, they rolled out that playlist with reduced SBMM to win players back. I gotta be real with you guys. I tried it and it still felt sweaty as hell. I ended up going back to the standard playlist. Some people say the playlist did have less sweaty lobbies. I ran into easy, normal, and hard lobbies, but during my second day of playing the game, I genuinely couldn't tell the difference between the standard and reduced SBMM playlist, so it remains to be seen. If that's their idea of minimally consider SBMM, this next Call of Duty could be dead within weeks after the Game Pass wave dies down. I'm really hoping though that Treyarch pulls through and brings back that classic Call of Duty feel we all fell in love with. On to the next point. Goofy skins have to go. Remember when Black Ops 1 rolled out character customization with face paints, uniforms, and gritty gun camos? That was peak Call of Duty. Grounded, serious, and full of personality without being ridiculous. Fast forward to now, and we got Beavis and Butthead, Nicki Minaj, American Dad, and a parade of skins that just don't belong in a first-person shooter. The backlash to this has been massive. And thankfully, Treyarch says BO7 won't include any of these. But here's the thing, they make too much money for Activision to ignore. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a temporary move to calm the community down. Once the dust settles, they might start sneaking those skins back in. Then again, maybe they'll take a smarter route, like adding a filter to hide the goofy stuff in game. Who knows? But personally, I think Call of Duty needs to feel gritty again. And this just crossed my mind. Even Battlefield 6 went down that road. The devs promised no crazy skins, but they still snuck one in, and players absolutely lost it. The backlash was so bad, they had to backtrack at the last minute. Which only makes me think, if EA tried for profit, what's stopping Activision from doing the same? I wouldn't be shocked if Treyarch gets pressured to reintroduce those goofy skins down the line. All for the money, obviously. Okay, this next one might get me in trouble, but this new map flow, it just isn't it anymore. Too many lanes, too many doors, too many sidelines, and way too much clutter. All of that just encourages camping and turns matches into a cat and rat chase. What happened to the old 3-lane maps? And guess what? Instead of finding middle ground, Black Ops 6 went full brain rot with those chaotic strike maps. You'd spawn, die, rinse and repeat. That game single-handedly made me lose interest in the franchise for a while. It was just pure chaos. No strategy, no pacing, everyone rushing around like maniacs. Jumping, sliding, spraying bullets everywhere. Easily some of the worst map design in Call of Duty history. Now, to be fair, Treyarch seems to have learned from that. BO7 looks like it's dialing things back and bringing some structure again. How well fixed it actually is, we'll find out once the game drops. And that brings me to the next point. Gun balancing and the never-ending meta roller coaster. Like seriously, what's the deal? Why make one gun the meta, only to nerf it into the ground next season and replace it with another? It's so blatantly flawed. The last few CODs have had everyone running the exact same weapons in every single lobby, and it kills variety, quite frankly. I'm not exaggerating when I say I felt sick to my stomach seeing the same guns over and over. Bring back the variety we had in Black Ops 2. MSMC, MP7, M27, LSAT, Scar H, KSG, even the pistols. That era was pure balance and freedom. And it's even worse when you're grinding camos, you load in with a fun build, just trying to mix things up, and boom! You're instantly outgunned by some broken meta weapon. It kills creativity and drives people away from the game. This is something they have to fix it if they want COD to feel fun again. This time around, COD is walking a pretty narrow tightrope and can't afford to make mistakes. Battlefield is pulling a massive amount of players. The streaming sites are seeing COD viewership free falling while Battlefield 6 keep increasing. Anyway, that's my Call of Duty rant for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. And I want to hear from you guys. What do you like to see changed in the next Call of Duty? Let's talk it about in the comments. Catch you in the next one. Peace.